Hey everybody, Dave Nasty over here at Epic Guitar Instruction. How are you? We're going to have fun with a Ratt tune today. Way Cool Jr. Very cool, very bluesy. We'll cover all the hits and points. We'll even go through the solo. I gotta say this. I'll tell you a little bit of story. Being a Charvel artist, still playing a good guitar today. Mr. David Taub's great guitar. Because my Charvel toggle switch broke on my own accord, because actually, if I didn't tell Dave this, but I dropped something on it on the way here, and that's what broke it. So, yeah, we're pro. Anyways, I had a chance to meet Warren DeMartini one time. I recorded this solo for a buddy who is really good friends with him, and he sent it to him. And Warren DeMartini said I did a great job, but it was close. So I think the point of that is that this guy is so awesome. He just has a unique sound, and he's an incredibly wonderful human being. Like I said, I was able to spend some time with him. He's super, super nice. Was able to, make fun of me a little bit and have some fun and poke fun. And it was a really good time. So we're going to learn this song. One of my favorite players. The point is it has his nuance and style to it, and it's going to sound like you when you play it. So let's have a really good time and go through this intro. E pentatonic minor is where this is based out of, and it has a really good rake as we go into this third string on the second fret. So I'm going to do this pinch harmonic, and I'm going to lead into that. So let's take a look at how we're going to execute this. A typical pinch harmonic, as we know, involves the flesh of your finger hitting the string with your pick. When you rake into one, it's a bit tricky, right? Obviously, I missed it the first time. To achieve that, my thumb stays against the string longer. This part of my hand stays against the string longer. My left hand, though, however, if you look at that, if I turn this way a little bit, my thumb is even over the top to kind of add a little bit of extra muting. It's very much a grip thing. As we pull to an open G string, we got to land on that E. It's just like, Back in Black. Any of those other cool licks. But we're going to go and start playing around a little bit with those notes. So that's how we kick off the song. Now, this motion here. Look at what's going to happen with my right hand. So as I hybrid pick this now, using other fingers on my right hand, I'm going to hit my E note. The pick is going to hit the low string. Open, back to a low string, hammer onto the E. Notice my middle finger grabs the third string on the second fret, executing a half bend, coming back down to an open string and landing on that E. So I get... Now, I can throw in those pinches with that rake motion to finish off or tag out our riff. Little nuances like trills all add style to the riff. There's an improvised quality to the song. If you want to dig in and use your pick, by all means. Because as this song progresses, only in the intro is it really kind of broken up and bluesy, like Strat style, So that's going to carry us on. We've done that riff quite a bit right now, so we're good on that. The next thing that we're going to think about is this really cool melody that happens with our thirds. And I'm going to clean this up so that sounds a little better. Switch the back pickup just so you can see how we manipulate these things. Now that's classic stuff, some chromaticism, right, as we go through there. Now what's cool about this is we're going to ring that. Now his tone is probably not quite as distorted as mine. So if we have... It's a really cool kind of overtone effect that happens as we go through there. Again, style points on this are huge. Descending line of our chorus. I gotta say this, as this song goes through, because we're already establishing quite a bit of it, this riff turns into a, if you listen to the right speaker, there you hear Warren's parts and Robin's parts are on the left side. Warren's parts are on the right side, and you hear, you could pan it that way, and it's kind of cool. And you'll hear that he actually singles out more of what the melody is with straight pinches and picking. So it's like... And they like ring longer than if it was to be broken up. Because if it's broken up, it's... But he's got that going on one side, and then he has... And it just kind of adds a lot with that delay kind of effect. So I just want to make sure that you hear that, because I've taught this to people before, and they're like, man, I'm doing it. It don't sound like it. So there's just a lot of parts going on in the song. As we go down into the chorus now, I'm going to try to clean this up so we can understand how cool this actually is in an 80s metal tune, or early 90s, I guess I'd say. Pre-Nirvana, ending the world for a lot of people. So if I do a B minor 7, that is, of course, my middle finger on the 7th fret. My third finger is going to be 4, 3, and 2 strings. This is the first chord. The next chord... So cool, you wouldn't expect it, man. This is the 6th fret, 4th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret. So this is 6th string, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. It's a type of an F sharp chord with an A sharp in the bass. We're going to go down to this chord. This is a type of a 6th chord. So we have, this is the 5th fret, 6th string, 6th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, 2nd string, 4th fret, 4th string. This chord will come up again, don't worry. So we have boom, boom, boom. Back to this dude. Back to this dude. A, note, E. And that's going to be our walk down for our chorus. So I'm going to gain it out a little bit. This is like very stealable, very cool. Little walking bass line right from the open note to the 4th fret. So, distortion. Jazz chords with this much distortion, it's risky, man. You want to hit the low note and then go to those high notes. So it's like a... The chorus is a really cool chord. So that's going to be a type of a G where I put my first finger on the A note on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Go to an A. Sometimes you'll hear a little bit of a ring from the A by keeping this one here at the same time. Warren DeMartini is a very smart guitar player. These are common notes within the changing of the chords. That's all great stuff. Things that are overlooked a lot of times. That's going to ultimately get us what's going to lead us into the solo, right? The solo is going to switch to a C sharp chord, and then he's going to start ripping in that pentatonic scale. So just want to make sure that we cover all our bases before we get there. I think when you do this, if you can hybrid pick that, you'll have a good little nuance there. We drove miles away. Bye, Miles. Sorry, Miles. So we have... Those those are all really cool things that we could do. These sounds are very, very melodic and fun to play. So we're going to lead into the solo now. Let's take a look at this bad boy. I'm going to play this very slowly to start us out. Play it in pieces. We'll just kind of work through it, and it won't be so bad. And if we break it into sections, you'll have really good practice. Before I get into this, I want to say there's in the description box, there's something that can help you. There's a great link that you can click on, and it's going to give you all you need for understanding your soloing and getting to know the terminology, you know, associated with it. So we have scales and diagrams, all the terms, all the things you need. Free video too comes along with it. And if you click on it, that's all information that'll be beneficial for you too. It's free, and I'll help you go through the solo. So this is based out of largely based out of E pentatonic major. So I'm going to look at it like this. I mean, it's combining major and minor pentatonics, but if we go, that's going to make that, you know, a little bit more clear. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come in with a bend here, actually one single note, I should say. And that's going to be the 12th fret. I'm going to hit that note. I'm going to give it a little bit of vibrato with a tremolo bar. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the high E string on 9. I'm going to pick this with an up strum. I'm going to go to 12 on the second string, pull off to 9, and I'm going to go into it. Yeah, you like the solo. You like the solo, don't you, Miles? See, Miles is good. Miles is good, people. He understands when the good part comes, as most guitar players. The solo. The solo is the key. Again, we're going to start with the high E string here after our vibrato on 12. We're going to hit 9, and we're going to go into a pull-off on the second string, leading us into a cool Chuck Berry lick, into that pull-off again. So that gives us this. Nice little phrase. I'm going to hit 11 with my third finger. I'm going to go back to my pinky, and that's kind of a cool little ism of him that is really great. You can practice just that. So this is where I'm going to get nerdy on you as a teacher and say, break it into pieces and work on just that first section. And then we're going to slide after that bend up to 13 to create this melody. Let me put this in a little more of a melodic context for you. So if I hit this note first, now, this little sliding business you're seeing me doing, some of you guys are out there going, dude, you can bend to that note. You can totally bend to the note. Another way to look at that, just kind of pointing out the obviousness of when you bend, sometimes it's good to see where those melody notes are coming from. So in context again. A little more extended. And that's going to be the first little part of the solo to work on. That's a great way to break that down and just kind of get comfortable with how he uses some of these licks. These little nuances are really good to add into your playing. Whether you're bending or pinching or whatever, you're just getting these things, you know, in your own way and looking at the terminology and the association of them. So this is really, really fantastic. Let's take a look at the next piece. This next lick here now, as we build into this phrase, what we're going to do, we've finished from here. We're going to do another Chuck Berry style run, but we're going to pull off on the high E string from 12 to 9 now. So that gives us this. I'm going to leave my finger flat to hit the B string into the high E string. I'm going to do 2 pull-offs from 12 to 9. That sounds like this. One more time. A little faster. Again, we're going to have that nice little thing that pops up where I hit the third string with my third finger, and I'm going to pull off from 12 to 9. That's going to sound like this when we put it together. Cool little run. So coming out of here. That's what we have to start us. After we do that, we have, of course, the pull-off that ended here. We're going to jump our pinky over to 12 on the 3rd string, and this is kind of a really good like descending line that's going to have some legato in it. I'm going to go with my pinky on the 3rd string. That's going to be that run. It sounds kind of weird all isolated, but I'll play that slow. So I'm picking. I'm going to pick here. I'm going to pull, hammer, pull, pull, pull again. That's a hammer, isn't it? Pull down and slide like this. That's a lot of talking. Let me just play. And in context, very slowly. I'll play that one more time for you. I've added 2 notes. I've gone from 11 to 8. That's the 4th string. We're going to go 2 times 11 to 9. Then we're going to walk this thing down. This is where we might take a breather. We might think of something else. You know, anything, whatever gets you through the day. Just kind of like look out the window. You know, I don't know, whatever you do at home, just take a breath. Because we're in it deep now, and we've been doing the rhythm, we've been doing all this stuff, but this is a great solo for you to learn. So let's get back into it. Let's try it again. So taking it from the Chuck Berry lick, we're going to move a little bit faster. We're almost done, everybody. All right, so when we put this thing together now, when I lead to here, I'm going to walk up my melody from this note to the 9th fret, the 11th fret, 9, 11, 10, and here's our big ending lick. Notice that pull off is going to happen 2 times. Now this run, that's what you want to think of. You're going to start with your high E string. You're going to go to the 12th fret. You're going to pull the 10 and go back up to 12 and come back down again. And then pull from 10 to 9. So it's like and that's the ending lick of our solo. Let's put it in a little bit of context. And that's the very end solo lick. Let's play that one more time for you. Can you believe it? You made it. You made it all the way through the solo. It's a great solo. It's got a lot of intricate pieces to it. It works through different forms of your pentatonic scale. And when you put all that together and you speed it up, you're going to be right in the money. And it's going to sound really, really great. And you've got some extra guidance along the way. Some stuff that we've picked up from that description box. And we can get ourselves through this song. So we've got some bluesiness going on. We're going to play some of this out for you. We've worked through all the parts. It's Warren D. Martini. It's Ratt. Some classic stuff. I really appreciate you hanging with me through this. Want to make sure you get all of it. 3 things that we would love for you to do for us, please, would be to subscribe to the channel, like the video, of course, and leave us a comment. It's really helpful when you do. You can give us all the information that you would like to see us provide for you. And you know what? I watch all of these things. We like to leave comments, and I love a challenge. So I will see you next time at Epic Guitar Instruction. I really appreciate it.